Hi and welcome. It's Amanda here. Welcome to Arts and Wellness Café. Thank you for joining me in the studio. It's a little bit, I'd say, I'm in the middle of some different pieces of work. So there's quite a few things out. I'm working on some fabric pieces at the moment. So yeah, welcome. This week we are looking at the word overjoyed, and on Monday I shared on the podcast aspects of the word and what it meant for me in terms of being overjoyed about being able to create. And you know, we've been given that gift to use our brains, our skills, talents and abilities and create different things. If we look around the world and we look at things that have been made up till now, and there's loads of things that are being developed that we're not even aware of. You would say obviously then we don't know about them, but what I mean is that top secret level stuff and technological things that are only like we think, oh, it's science fiction, but actually science fiction shares a lot of things that are in reality, I think, anyway. But I used to know somebody a few people actually, who worked in technology, and some of the things they were saying, well, they didn't actually tell me the detail of the things because obviously I needed clearance. But didn't have clearance, so they couldn't tell me the details, but they were saying the kind of things that we're developing are things you wouldn't even imagine. So anyway, we've got the ability to do all of this. We've been given an ability, and that makes me so overjoyed. That makes me, when I think of the word, it just fits with everything that I love doing and the excitement I get when I approach, say, a new medium. I mean, there's a little bit of hesitancy obviously because you're learning, but once I've learned, like I dive in, once I've learned how to use different mediums or a particular medium, I try in hundreds of different ways to see how it can best suit me, because there's the way that it's traditionally used, and there's ways in which the manufacturers hadn't even thought of using it in this way. What is that, you say to yourself? There's loads of things, even like taking a simple, this is Inktense pencils. When I discovered Inktense pencils, I was just like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. It's such the inks are so vibrant that it's the pigments in them are so vibrant, and it's a real joy to work with. But they also not only work on watercolor paper, they also work on fabric, and they work on other material, and you can do other things with them. You can mix them with gesso, you can add them to collage, you can add them to paint, you can wet them and then apply them like that, or you can use them as a pencil and then activate the color. So there's a whole range of ways just there. But yeah, overjoyed. But I've had my patience tested sorely. Very recently, Cole, he was running past where I was working, and I had my external hard drive. He knocked it to the ground. Yeah, you're walking out now, look at him. How many videos have I got with him like sauntering out? So he was running past, knocked it on the floor. It opened. I didn't actually realise until I was looking at it. I plugged it in, it wasn't registering. Then it clicked shut. Took it, anyway, long and short, the computer place can't do anything, but they told me of this place that retrieves data, and their minimum charge is $1,000, and I was just like, $1,000? So I'm having to try and save up. I don't know, if you want to come and join me on Patreon and support me there, and I'll be able to save up enough money. It's got everything on 3 computers worth of information, all of my photographs, family photographs were taken digital from a long time, all my work, all my courses that I developed and that were ready to go, everything. And I just had to take a breath. It was just like he couldn't even understand the magnitude of what he has done. So I'm just gonna have to what I decided to do is, I've got to save up basically, and I'm producing some new downloadables. So, but if you join me on Patreon, there's loads of stuff you can download that's already there, and I have 3 different tiers. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to do what I can basically. And when I think about it, I'm like, but I have to marry that with, okay, so what have I got now that I can do, that I can use? And obviously I'm working on different things and do my art and creating, and I'm still creating videos. But in terms of the courses, there was like at least 6-7 courses that were waiting to be not only edited, and oh my gosh, oh no, I'm talking about it. I did a series of 12 videos of faces on small cards. All of those were everything, yeah. So so I not only had so my computer, I managed to get a new computer, and I was supposed to download the information, and it was that day, it was just like he was spooked by something and just ran past the table, and he pulled it as he went past. Anyway, but that said, you can only do what you can do, and I've got to remind myself that I've still got my supplies. I know artists who recently, we've had artists who've had all their work, all their studio burned down and all of this kind of stuff. So in the scheme of things, we have to kind of look and see what we can do. You gotta pick yourself up and dust yourself off. I don't even know what kind of accent that is, but that's what you've got to do. And I've got to think about what I'm doing now. So one of the other things that I'm doing, you can see in the background there, is I shared some of the process a while back, but these are some of the prints that I made. They're not prints, they're it's avocado seed, and I did several designs, and so I've entered some of those and some of the clay pieces that I did for an online exhibition. It's pigment, I think it's Pigment Revisited. That's the name of there's a conference, and at the end they have this exhibition. But if you go to the Wild Pigment Project, I don't even know if my things have been selected, but that's the reason why they're there. So I've been working on working with pigments, flower pigments, specifically the Clitora tenatia, and that produces a blue pigment, and it makes a lovely dye-on fabric. I haven't really used it. I've done a couple of, is it here? I did a couple of, I did a couple of paintings, using it as an ink. And so on paper it gives you like a green colour, and then on fabric you get varying shades, and if you allow it to become really concentrated, then it gives you a really dark, like a dark brown colour, and that can be used to outline. I've used it to outline certain fabrics, and I will show you up there. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I've been doing in terms of fabric, and I'm also just trying to get a few, hello buddy, hello, I'm trying to get a few of the fabric pieces that I've been working on, the faces and the images. I'm trying to get those finished, so I'm feeling good about the work that I'm doing, and coming to the end of one thing. I've got a lot of unfinished projects, and I was thinking to myself, why is that? And when you look at the reasons why you say delay something or you avoid something, there are underlying causes to that. And then I was thinking to myself, you think about where you are now and what you're doing, and there's been a reluctance to offer pieces up for sale, and I think that's probably why I'm not finishing some of them, because it's just like, then you have to go down the road of, okay, is it actually just going to sit on your wall, or you're going to allow somebody to buy it? And sometimes you can get a bit precious over some of the pieces, all of the pieces. So updating the website and other platforms that I'm on, so that if you do want to buy a specific piece and you've seen something and you've just thought, oh, I'd really love that, then I'm going to release and let go. So things have to be finished, and you have to get out of the feeling of, well, it's got to be perfect. There isn't a perfect, and it's sometimes in these imperfections, these pieces, that's where the beauty lies. And that's where the story's being told, because in every piece there's a story that comes out of it. And as artists, for me, this is my opinion, my responsibility is to find what the story is, or where the story needs to come out. And as I work on a piece, I'm made more aware of what that story is, and sometimes it isn't until the end of the piece that I think, oh, so that's what the story is, that's what was trying to be told. But I I try not to put my own, like, it's got to be like this. I think I've said this before, I go with, how does it feel? Does it feel, I'm looking up there because there's a fly acting mad. It's acting like it's mad. It's like these ants. You see them walking. So they're walking on your wall. And so you look at them. Before you look at them, they're all walking in the same direction. You think, I wonder where they're going. So you look at them, and then suddenly they start going all over the place, like as if they turn mad. They're trying to confuse you, and like it's like, no, if we go this way, then she won't see the rest of the guys that have gone on. Anyway, but yeah, looking at the word overjoyed and looking at all of the aspects and the things that I feel when I'm creating, I feel very good, I feel excited, I feel I don't feel apprehensive. I feel excited about the work. Oh my goodness, it started to rain. I've been asking for rain for the last week. Ooh, a good set of rain. I've got windows open. Anyway, so it's going to get really noisy in here. But think about 3 things at least that you are getting overjoyed about, and share them. Let me know what you're working on. And thank you for joining me today. I haven't done the book review today, again, because it's just like, couldn't do it. Got some other things. I've got some really nice papers. I've been working on some downloadables, so I've got some really nice papers coming out that I've been working on. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you go. Alright, thank you for joining me, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Come back and see me on Friday. We've got an art journal, 52 different art journals that I'll be sharing. So it's a year's worth of art journals, and I'll show you how I made them. I won't do step by step, but generally give you some hints and tips if you want to incorporate some of the ideas that I've used. Anyway, take care for now, and I will see you soon.